Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, everybody. So I have two guests. Last night, Miss Obikoya Funke was about sharing the story how she got picked up alongside others during a tribute walk for Mohbad in Ogun State. So, but the network didn't allow her to do that. So, but this morning, we hope that the network will permit her to share the story in full. So you were sharing the story with us. First of all, good morning, and good morning, Comrade Francis Mapa Watch, joining us in this conversation. So let's have the story in full.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Ubikoya Ulufunke Luwabukola. I'm from Ijebuode. So, around on the 21st of September, around 2 p.m., my friend informed me about the Mohbad tribute walk. So I was like, I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. She was like, the dress code is black. That is around Ibadan garage. So I was like, don't worry, I will come. She said, are you sure? I said, okay, I will come. So um, around 3 p.m., I got there. Around 3 p.m. on the 21st of September. So while getting there, people were still standing waiting for their friends because there were not much. It was in the afternoon. People were not much. So they were still waiting. I was sitting by the roadside because I don't know, I barely mingle around. So it was just my friend. So I was sitting by the roadside. While sitting by the roadside, the police came in around 3:30 p.m. and started dragging all of us. So they drag us into their patron van. While dragging us, I even lost my, like, I got injured because I was fixing my nails due to work because I'm a model, also an actress. So they took us to their station. Why, before we got there, they were asking me all sorts of questions like, is Mohbad my family? Why would I go for the tribute work? It's because I don't have work, I'm jobless, stuff like
Police
that.
was asking that question.
Yes, they were like, if all the money people were all the money the family are collecting right now, will they give me part of it? That I'm jobless. If I'm not jobless, they were like asking what's my profession. I was like, I'm a student. I just dropped my pen, but I'm also an actress and a model. So they were like, I'm jobless. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I was like, okay. So when we got to the station at Ibadan garage, at Ibeba, so we queue. So we are going in one by one. So a policeman just like hit me from the back, like at my back. It was like, oh, sorry, I don't know you're a lady. And meanwhile, I was putting on gold wig. Inside the video I did, so I was putting on gold wig with black crop top. I was like, okay, it's okay, sir. I will accept all that. So when we go to the cell, they collect all our things. I quickly chat my friend up because I was having low battery. So I quickly chat her up that they have taken me. She was like, I was telling you to run. What's wrong? I said I don't know anything. Since I did not do anything wrong, there's nothing on me. I don't mingle, I don't fight, nothing. Why? So she was like, okay, she will go and inform my family. She look for a way to inform my family. So when we got to the cell, they collect all our things, the money and stuff. They help us to keep it. I was number 157. So they took us to the cell. While getting to the cell, so they said we should lie down. There's male cell, there's female cell. It was just two ladies, me and a lady, but I don't know any of them. So just it was just me and the lady. So we were sleeping. We just sat down at the cell. People were crying stuff. So when the area commander came in, so they asked us to come out. They were like, why would we go for the peaceful walk? Why would we go for the this thing? I was like, so I only went there because I heard about it, and I'm having work tomorrow. I'm supposed to go for a shoot. So I went to get my heels for the modeling shoot. So I just like branched at my friend's place beside the roadside. So we were gisting. We now joined the queue. We now join the peaceful walk. Meanwhile, this peaceful walk hasn't even started yet. It hasn't taken place. People are still gathering. because people were no more. They were still waiting for their friends. So the man was like, they did not come and collect permits. That they came the first time, they refused. They came the second time, they refused. That's what I was like, I'm not the organizer. It was that day that I heard about it. So they now took us back to the cell. We slept there. So the people were asking. There's some of the policemen came in and were like, do we want to eat or stuff like that? I was like, sir, I can't eat because I've never been in a situation like this. Why would I be able to eat? Even none of my family has been in a situation like this. Why would I eat in this situation? As I was like, I'm not eating anything. It was on ties. We slept on ties, and I was having chest pain because I always have chest pain and this thing called belu belu. So I always have chest pain. So I have to sleep on the ties. Meanwhile, it was raining that day. So around 8 p.m., they now said we should come and write our statement. So I wrote my statement, same thing I said. I wrote my statement that I went to get my modeling boots at um Okeaje, but I couldn't get it at Okeaje. So I now branch at my friend beside the restaurant at Ibadan Garage. So we know how gisting. We now said we should tag along since we heard about it already because she told me about it. We now tag along. So the next day, in the morning, the next day, they just like charged us to court early morning. So I saw my friends, they gave us all my things. They gave me back all my things, 157. They write the name on it. They wrote the name on it. So they gave me back my things, my chain, my necklace, my earring. So they now charge us to court. My friend was like, I should not worry, she has collected lawyer for me, this and that. I think the lawyer was at the court side. I don't know anything. So she has collected lawyer. I was like, okay. We now went to the court. They charged us for about three things. They charged us for felony. They said we are disturbing the peace of the community. Meanwhile, sir, the peaceful work hasn't even taken place. People were still gathering. They were still gathering. So they said we belong to a year confraternity because I was putting on black and black. And me, I don't know where a lady do join a year confraternity. I've never heard of it, sir. So they said we joined a year confraternity. So they were like, maybe you should bring collateral of what 500K. I can't even think straight because I did not really hear what was going on because I was traumatized. I was just smiling like I don't know what's going on here. So they said everything. I was like, okay. So my friend was running about. So I called someone that because I had to reach out to some of my friends. So I have to do transfer of 70K to my friend that day. So she gave the lawyer. The 70K. So she had money to it, but I couldn't. They said they can't grant us bail if we haven't complete all the necessary things. So I have to go back, and on that same day, on Friday, they took us to their prison, correctional center at Igbeba. So they did our admission. I don't know how to put it, but they did their admission. So something like that. I now went to the prison. While getting there, I have to kneel down, greet the fellow prisoners, be kneeling down. Go. They asked us to like pull on our dress to check me if I'm okay, if I'm clean. They did. They called because I was fixing my nails, not even up to 2 days when I fixed the nails. They called the nails because I got injured. Yeah, that same day. So they said I should cut the nails, stuff like that. That if I when I got to the prison, I have to be greeting people with my two nails, be greeting senior, stuff like that. So probably once your senior call you, you have to be like, they say you should wash clothes, you have to collect the clothes wash. They say you should wash plates, you have to wash the toilet like a sponge. You have to use it to wash your own toilet, the toilet like sponge. It's not even all this scrub, it's sponge. You have to put your hand inside very well and wash it. So I experienced a lot of things because I've never been in that shoe before because I'm always with my phone. My phone is like my best friend. Like I always chat. I couldn't use my phone. I couldn't use anything. I was traumatized for about 3 days in there, a day in the cell too. So I couldn't think straight. I was just crying. Those people would be like, don't leave us. And some nice people are there also. We went to the church there. So there are some nice people there that would be like, don't mind her, leave her alone. So some of my friends will come, that will bring food for me. So at the point I was like, don't bring food. It was twice they brought food for me. Don't bring food. I can't eat. I'm having chest pain. I can't think straight. It's not food that I will eat now in this kind of situation. Let's just do the things I want to get out of here. I don't do anything. I don't commit any. I don't know anything. I don't know. I can't think straight. So I was like, don't bring food for me. So sometimes I would just eat their food, their beans, because the beans was like the water was much inside the beans, no sugar, no salt, no pepper, nothing. Sometimes I'll eat it, their rice, there is no pepper, there's nothing. All this Nigeria rice, there's no pepper, there's nothing inside. And who can I call? I'm just with my age mother, just me and my age mother and my siblings. What? I don't I couldn't think straight. I couldn't think straight, sir. So it was around I think around the third day on Monday. So I quickly go and meet the man at the this thing. So they said we can use our phone. So when they were doing our admission, so I was like, sir, I want to quickly transfer 10K to my friend. So I did the remaining 10K to her, making 80K. So then they look for money because tax was about 10K. They did tax, snap picture about 2K. So all the necessary, they came to snap her house, stuff like that. So all the some of the expenses I don't know about, but I know that I transfer um 80K. I even told someone to transfer 50K. So I transfer everything 80K to her account to help me to give the lawyer. So it was when I got out around evening, around Monday evening.
That was about
That's
the
when,
third
sir.
day. That was about
Yeah,
the
the
third
third
day.
day in the evening, I think around 7 o'clock or 6:30, I was crying. I don't even know that my family will come that day, so they came to bail me out. So I quickly did do the video that I put together because I went to the lawyer side. It was like asking another 150K for the trial. For the trial, I was like, where would I see it? I'm just trying. I just dropped my pen, but I'm still in 100 level. All this part-time stuff, but you don't have to be going like that. That's the type of school I am. So I where is the money coming from? I'm not in a good time with my dad. Is like, how will I start? Where will I start from? I'm just trying to pave way, like I'm the last, but I don't have to depend. I want to pave way. I want to be someone. Let me try and make money.
Okay, so I think we have heard the
Yeah.
incident itself. You try to join now. Everybody, in case you're just joining, the story Funke has been sharing is that of exercising her right to freedom of assembly. She decided to join a tribute walk for Mohbad, and in the course of it, police just came. In fact, according to her, the the work had not even started yet. They were just still coming together, like gathering, and then police just came and packed all of them. Like how
I
many were
think
you
there
all
was much
together?
because I
Do you
don't
have
know.
idea the
There were
number?
two parts, two group. I think some fought with the police. That there were about 1 million baby collectoral bill. I don't know, but we were about 500. I can't even walk in the streets. People will be tagging me. People will be looking at me. I've been indoor. I can't even go out. I can't be me anymore.
Okay, so the story she's been sharing is just like that. That's the summary. They were picked up for coming together to do a tribute work for Mohbad. And according to her, there was no violence. There was no, in fact, they had not even started. They were just still converging by when police just decided to, take all of them, and they just landed in detention and summarily arraigned. So they were granted bail, and the trial is still coming up, I guess. And this is where, Comrade Francis, So you tell us more about the trial itself, the legal side, so that we can follow up. I mean, police PRO, all of you are watching now. Whatever has to be done, because this is a case of people who were just exercising their right to freedom of assembly, and then peaceful walk for Mohbad. It happened also in Lagos. I don't know why police has to be picky. So, Comrade Francis, we want to take it up from there. The legal aspect of this whole thing so far.
Okay, comrade, I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, please.
All right. Good morning. My name is Francis, the National Secretary of Youth Rights Campaign, and well, it's unfortunate what happened to uh, Funke Obikoya and the other youths who were arrested in Ijebu for peaceful walk. To pay last respect to the slain music star, upcoming star. It's unfortunate that the Nigerian police has maintained the tradition of impunity and repression of peaceful assembly. And it's quite unfortunate that this tradition has continued even after the NSAS. The Nigerian police has maintained that reputation as an institution that has no respect for human rights, has no respect for the fundamental rights of people, continue to clamp down on the fundamental rights of people. And like what Funke just narrated to us, Nigeria, the prisons are, we are in a country where the prisons, I don't join them in calling it a correctional facility, because there is nothing correct. You are not correcting anything in such facility. Changing the name does not make it a correctional facility. I mean, a facility that has already been, you have congested, you pick up young who are supposed to be in their school, are supposed to be working. You put them in the prison that is over congested, and you start wondering, what kind of justice system is this? Where young people are being arrested for gathering to pay tribute. Exercising their fundamental right as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and you pick up such young people and you clamp them in prison, and you come up with all trumped-up charges against them. It's far-fetched. The Nigerian police has shown over time that they cannot change. Even after the NSAS protest, it has shown that it's an institution that doesn't respect human rights. And unfortunately, Funke and our colleagues have fallen short. Have fallen victim of this. And we want to make it clear at the level of the Youth Right Campaign, and also the coalition coalition coalition. We have decided to provide legal service for Funke free of charge. We will be there. The lawyer will be there tomorrow. It's coming up. The hearing is coming up tomorrow by 9 a.m. Precisely. And our lawyer will be there to give solidarity, not just to Funke, but also to other victims, who are currently going through this ordeal. So tomorrow we will be there. We will be mobilizing our comrades. We will be there at that High Court, and we are going to show solidarity to them.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's the bit. In case you're just joining, I want to quickly just play this video. It's a short video that summarizes exactly what happened to Funke and others while they had this tribute walk. I don't know if everybody can see. Let me just give it volume so we can all look at it together. Okay, let me start with all
This
of us.
was when I saw my friend post about justice for Mohbad.
So I decided to bust her up. I was like, is it today? She was like, yes. I was like, okay, I will join you. She was like, are you sure, mommy? I was like, yes. Because no one will hear about the death of Mohbad and won't be sad. So we went to the location at Ijebu Badon Garage. I was sitting by the roadside, me and my friend. So the guys were walking. We decided to sit by the roadside watching them. They haven't even started yet around 3 p.m. So these were the ladies. So they're still walking, waiting for their friends around 3 p.m. So around 3:30 p.m., the police just came, started dragging all of us. Two police dragged me inside the car. Some ran away, but I did not do anything. Why would I run away? So the police were like, they dragged me. So when I decided to run, the police dragged me inside inside the vehicle. So they took us to the cell. I slept on the ties. This was my friend. She had to reach out to my family. The next day, they took me to the court. So they charged me for a lot of things, several things that I don't know about, for felony, for they said I joined a year confraternity. For crying out loud, I'm just an upcoming actress and a model trying to pave way for herself, trying to pave way for myself. They spoiled my career. They treated me wrongly. They accused me wrongly. They took me to the prison. They said our bill was about 500K. This was the guys. They chained the guys. They handcuffed the guys. So I was sitting beside them. I was crying on Friday. So they bailed me out on Monday. This was my friend texting me that she can't do Snap because I couldn't even use my phone in this cell. I saw L inside the cell. I saw L in short. So I got bailed out on Monday.
Okay, so that's the story once again. All of this just for attending a justice, I mean, a tribute walk for Mohbad. All of those experiences Funke went through. How many of you got bailed out on the third day? How many of you were released on bail?
I can't really say, but I think it's
Oh,
about
you only know
eight.
about yourself. On okay,
Yes, but I think it's about
okay,
eight because
all
we're a friend group.
okay. Wait, did you have the same lawyer with the others, or only you
Yeah, I
had
have the
separate
same
lawyer?
lawyer with the eight people, like eight people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Comrade Francis, tomorrow is the day again in court. Has there been any efforts, correspondence with the police authority to trash this out, or will it be legal all through? Because this is looking embarrassing for the Nigeria Police Force, and I do not think this is what the Nigeria Police Force really wants to go ahead with, because from all indications so far, of except there are other things, because if you look at the charges alongside the story, you do not really want to suspect anything. Did they ask you for any money before you got to the police station?
No, they did not have to pay for any money before I got to the police
Okay,
station.
great. Okay, great. So, but they just started spanking you, beating you. Did you have
Mm.
prior experience with the police, or notice who are the organizers of this work on that day?
So the thing
You
is that
don't know.
if you check the first video, it was that day my friend texted me. I was having work the next day. I had to refund them. The man was asking for a refund. I have to refund him. I know how much I would have made by now. But like it was that day my friend texted me. I was like, since it's Mohbad and I'm also trying to get to the industry, no one will hear about the death. I won't be sad. So I tried to like, okay, I'm coming. It was that day. I don't know anything about it. I don't mean go around.
So you don't even know the organizers.
I don't know. It was my friend that was like,
Okay.
it's today. I was like, okay, I'm coming.
So it looks like even no member, nobody among the organizers could have been part of those arrested on that day. It seems.
I don't think so. I don't
So
think
you were
so.
just like scapegoats. Perhaps they told the organizers not to go ahead with it.
Yes, they said I heard about it when they were saying it. So they said because some journalists came in, they came to interview me. So I said the same thing. So he now went to interview probably the DP was like he told the organizer not to go along with it. The next time they went there, they were like, once they see the police, they will do their hand else, do stuff like that. So I don't know anything about it. It was just that afternoon that my friend texted that I asked her, is it today? She was like, yes, because I barely go out and it's been long we saw each other. Like it's been long. It's been long.
Okay, so Comrade Francis, that's it. she walked into a situation she did not know about. But talking about the right of people to gather, they said the police already said they should not gather, and I understand that in the past there have been arguments as to whether police has rights to stop people from gathering. We have heard things like this in the past where they say, oh, if you want to gather, you must get approval of the police, even though we are also aware that there are court decisions against such, that the court says you have rights, you don't even need to inform the police of your gathering. So, Comrade Francis, what is your position, the youth rights campaign on this?
All right. You know what? The police, like I said earlier, the Nigerian police is an apron string of the ruling elite. The ruling elite uses the Nigerian police force to execute their plans, and the Nigerian police has no business with protecting the rights of the of Nigerians or upholding the constitution, and so they act as they are released to them by the ruling elite, which is against the law. The responsibilities of the Nigerian police is well enshrined in the constitution, and so the Nigerian police, the responsibility of Nigerian police is not to follow the orders of the ruling elite, but to obey the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which their primary responsibility is to uphold the law and also to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians. Having said that, there is a subsisting court order, a Supreme Court order that nullifies whatever the police brings up. I think the police capitalize more on the ignorance and of the people. There is a subsisting court order that nullifies that suggestion by the police that one needs to gather. You don't need any permit to gather. You don't need any permit to gather. As long as it is a peaceful gathering, you don't need any permit to gather. It is well enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have the right to gather. We have the right to belong to an association. And so the police should stop this embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to that institution that the Nigerian police, that is supposed to be aware of the law, such an institution continue to circumvent the law. It is an embarrassment to the Nigerian police. And looking at the way this whole thing played out, people are gathering for a peaceful walk. You arrested them and alleged, you charged them with offenses they never committed. It shows that Nigerian police, there is something wrong with the Nigerian police. It shows there is something wrong with that institution, because you do not arrest people and charge them for offenses they never committed. People gathered to have a peaceful walk, and you arrested them and charged them with felony, courtesan, disturbing peaceful, public peace. How has gathering for a peaceful walk has to do with all of these charges? And let's not forget that it is not just about the young police, the low-ranking police officers. That station has a DPO. A DPO is not a low-ranking police officer. There is an area commander in that particular place. An area commander is not a low-ranking officer. They are aware of the matter, and they still went ahead to charge these innocent young people to court on felony, courtesan, and disturbance of public peace. People who just gathered to have a walk for a slain Nigerian. So you see that it is not just about the low-ranking police officer. The entire Nigerian police force need a total reform, and that reform is not based on what happened, the demands that were made, the 545 demands that were made during the NSAS. No, the police itself, one must understand the historical makeup of the police. The police itself was created to protect the interests of the colonialists and the ruling elites. And so until we begin to challenge the system that empowers that kind of structure, that some people are more important than other people. We saw in the video, you and I were here, we had an interview last week. They saw it on Friday. We saw in the video where we played how Nigerian police was escorting Naira Marley and Sam Larry as bodyguards from the courts. And I was saying, if Nigerian police will continue to behave this way, treat suspects this way, then it is okay. No problem. We have no problem with that. But way back, how many kilometers away from Lagos, where that happened, in Ijebu-Ode, people who came out for work were handcuffed and sent to prison by the same Nigerian police. And you start wondering, is this the same police that was treating the high and mighty, the Sam Larry and the Naira Marley, treating them in a presidential executive way, while those who came out to pay tributes to the man who was killed were handcuffed, we are charged with felony, we are called to be cultists? I mean, it shows that the Nigerian police is an institution that has no respect for law. And so we must begin to hold Nigerian police accountable. We must begin to call on the Inspector General of Police to see that the rank and file Nigerian police respects the fundamental right of Nigerians. It is a right for Nigerians to gather. It is a right for Nigerians to protest. And so the police should stop compressing and shrinking our civil space. The police should stop the intimidation of Nigerians. The police should stop the clampdown, the repression of Nigerians to exercise their fundamental rights. I think this is the area where Nigerian youth should begin to understand that until they begin to rise against such injustice. Imagine if Funke had not spoken out on social media. How would we have been aware of what is happening? How could we have known that this is what is happening over there in Ijebu-Ode? It's because she spoke out. And so Nigerian youth should begin to come to that consciousness that there is need for you to speak out against injustice wherever you find it. It is not just about Mohbad. How about the increment in school fees? How about the health institution? How about the police brutality that goes on in our community? And so Nigerian youth will begin to challenge all of this wherever they find themselves. It is the fundamental right of Nigerians. As long as you are not committing any crime, you have the right to challenge impunity that is perpetrated by the Nigerian police wherever you find it. Thank you.
All right, so Funke, you're back, but your audio, I had to mute it because are you using maybe some earpiece, or are you playing back?
Not at all, sir.
Or maybe you want to, if you are using earpiece or AirPod or anything, but you may want to check your audio settings. Something is wrong with it. I'll mute it while you check that out. So this is just to use this avenue to send message to the Nigerian government, to the Ogun State Police Command, to the PRO of the police in Ogun State, and as well to the PPRO, Olumide Dejobi, to do something about this. These are persons crying out over abuse of their fundamental human rights. We take it as error, if indeed it is an error, so that the Nigeria Police Force can immediately correct this issue. The matter is coming up again tomorrow in court. That's Wednesday, and we will continue to monitor the outcome. So they've been charged. Tomorrow is for mention. Comrade, is it for mention or the substantive trial?
The trial has not. I don't think the trial has commenced. Our lawyer will be there tomorrow to find out the state of things. They were just bailed, on the 21st. So this is the first appearance. So by the time our lawyer get there, he will get the full, detail about the trial.
Okay, so Ms. Funke, I hope you are doing better now, because I understand the way you were narrating your experience in the detention facility. You weren't comfortable. You weren't.
I'm okay.
I understand it could be traumatic, but I hope you're Feeling better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think we will also, in our own way, reach out to the police authority to ask them to review this particular issue, and then, except they have other suspicions, because police will usually say, "Oh, they are still investigating." Normally they will say, "Oh, we are still investigating." But at this point, if they don't have anything to suspect, I mean, they should just allow this young person to go. I mean, there's no reason to hold anybody back for no reason. So far, it has cost you some money and time. Um, but I'm very sure that this you will get to the end of it, except there is something more that we don't know. If this is all that you have said so far, is everything to the story, I'm sure, like every other innocent Nigerians that have been picked up before, you will also walk freely again. You will also be free. And then we will continue to monitor that. I can assure you. And then the civil society organizations too are monitoring alongside. This is a case that everybody has to speak up, because we don't know who is next. This is a case of randomly picking people on the road and charging them, arbitrarily. So thank you so much for your time. I can only wish you the best of the day and wish the best outcome. So, Comrade Francis, you have any parting word for the government, the Nigeria Police Force, and Nigeria youth generally?
All right. I would say that we'll be on ground tomorrow. Our comrades will be on ground, not just for Funke, but for other young people who are being arrested in that particular place. And I want to encourage Nigerian youth: do not be intimidated. There is need for political consciousness so that when things like this are happening, you will be able to speak up and stand your ground. The Nigerian police was not created for the ruling elite alone. We must make them understand that the Nigerian police is to protect the interests of Nigerians and not that of the ruling elite. And so, having said that, we are also monitoring the so-called investigation of the deaths that led to the death of Mohbad. The Nigerian police cannot be trusted because indicted party, and it played out on that same day. The Nigerian police has continued to embarrass itself on this particular matter. Twice they have embarrassed themselves. They came out to tell us that the NDLEA had not given them full report of what happened, on that day, on the 22nd of February, where they invaded the house of Naira Marley. But the NDLEA immediately responded that they have written a letter they have explained their part, on the 28th of September to the Nigerian police. That is 2 times. And they also claimed that they invited Prime Boy. And the Prime Boy came out to say that he was never invited. Again, one would have expected that Nigerian police, beyond saying that they wrote a letter to NDLEA, one would have expected that Nigerian police would have unraveled the men who went to Naira Marley's house to arrest them. Since the NDLEA claimed that if they are not their men, one would have expected that by now the Nigerian police would have unraveled who were those people that went there. And all that, and the same Nigerian police telling us that the the autopsy result is not out, but conjunctions are already being reached. And what are those conjunctions? Like I said, when they inaugurated the committee, that the terms of reference of that particular committee will only reveal, the end product is that it's falling on the doorstep of the nurse that gave that injection and one other person. And that is what is playing out. That is what is playing out. Because that terms of reference from the day one, our organization had made it clear that that terms of reference can never lead to the actual revelation of what happened to Mohbad. And that is what is playing out now. They are going to put it on the doorstep of Mohbad, of the nurse, and perhaps Prime Boy. And the prime suspects, we are not saying whether they are the one that committed it, but we are saying that the prime suspect, who we saw evidential videos and all that of how they bullied and killed Mohbad, those prime suspects are being treated as kings and all that. And so we are following up with the matter. We will also make sure that we put an eye on that place, and as we are putting an eye on what is happening in Djibouti and other places where police continue to violate the fundamental rights of Nigerian youth.
All right, thank you so much for that remark you just made. But I would just like to say, okay, in the course of saying this, you said the prime suspect who bullied, and so let's not jump into conclusion yet. They are still suspects. No one can say for sure that they are responsible. So
Including
just
Funke, who slept in prison, and those that were handcuffed, they were suspects also. Yet they slept in prison.
yeah, that the differential treatment I understand. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that the police authority is also watching, and they're definitely going to be taking corrective steps on this. So, to the viewers everywhere, that is the update so far. Tomorrow we'll bring you further updates after the lawyer goes to the court to get details of how the trial will proceed. But I trust that if there is nothing else to suspect in this particular case, the police should not be proceeding with these charges. We'll also continue to press them. So sorry about your experience, Funke. I'm not saying it on behalf of Nigeria police. I'm just being a nice man. Okay. All right. So police will tell you sorry by themselves for their own for whatever they committed against you. So comrade, I'm sure at the end of this, you are not going to come up and say you are pressing charges against the police, Nigeria police. Of course, that's up to
No,
that's,
definitely
that's up to
there are plans to press for the violation of fundamental rights, defamation of character. In courts, we are going to press charges. The Nigerian police will have to come how she became a cultist, of how she was being charged of being a cultist of felony. They will have to come to court and prove it. There are plans to also charge the police, to also sue the police on violation of her fundamental rights. She has lost money. She has lost her liberty as a person, as a Nigerian. And we are calling on the Commissioner of Police and the IG of Police, the Commissioner of Police in Ogun State and the IG of Police to ensure that these drop-up charges are dropped, and a public apology made to these young people, because the police has totally gone wrong on this.
It's all right. We will continue to follow up, like I said, and that's to wish everybody top of the day.